Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. In today's lesson we are going to have reading comprehension. Please make sure to have your student book open on page 88. By the end of this lesson, you will have been able to demonstrate ability to think critically about issues related to values, and this is through the activity A, page 88. Second, you will respond to the content of the text, page 88, through previewing and skimming the reading passage. And finally, you will scan the text, page 88, for main details to fill in gaps in exercise C. All right, now let's get started with the discussion questions in the activity A on your student book, page 88. Now we have two students with us. Would you please answer the following question? How would you define the term values? Let's start with the first student.
Sorry, would you explain the question?
Yeah, so what is the meaning of the word values? Look at the picture and try to define the word values.
I think values means the good qualities that people have.
That's a good point. How about you? What do you think?
I think values means the positive behavior and things we have in our life.
Can you give me some examples?
I consider respect, love, hard work as great values in our life.
Excellent. You are almost close to the point, and as you can see from the picture, we have the sense of community, truth, love, responsibility, and peace. Now, let's share the definition. So, a person's values are his or her guiding principles or the beliefs that determine his or her perception of what is important and what is right or wrong. Now, let's move on to the next question. How important are values in our lives?
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
In my opinion, values are important to keep life peaceful with others.
Sorry to interrupt. I also think that keeping good values help us communicate respectfully with others.
Absolutely true. I do agree with both of you. And our values are incredibly important because they influence the choices we make in our lives.
I believe that without values, we cannot make the right choices in our life.
That's true. That's a good point too. Keeping values means distinguishing between the right and the wrong things. All right, next question. What resources do we obtain our values from? From where do we get our values?
I would say that we get values from our parents and schools.
That's true. Family and education are the main sources to get our values.
I also believe that we get our values from the experience that we have in life.
Would you explain?
I mean, if you make a mistake, you behave badly, for example, you will find later that you lost respect. At this point, you will learn how to be a better person.
Excellent. I totally agree with you. When you start, for example, losing respect, you start feeling the importance of such values. Now, look at the picture. This reflects the source from where we get our values.
Oh, yes, from Quran, from our religion.
Absolutely true. So we obtain our values from the Holy Quran and the Sunnah. All right, now let's read the 4 quotations in the activity number B. Would you read the first quotation?
Education is teaching our children to desire the right things.
So to desire here means to look for the right things. Next one.
Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education.
So what's the meaning of character here?
It means personality.
Very good. Next one.
The aim of education is the knowledge, not of facts, but of values.
What does it mean? It means that we should learn
values, not facts.
Very good. And the last one?
Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school.
So what do these quotations have in common? And what point are they trying to make?
It is clear here that the quotations are about education.
Can I add a point?
Yes, please.
I think that the quotation linked between education and values. We learn values in school, and this is what we keep with us forever.
That's absolutely correct. And as you can see here, and as you said, all of these quotations address the issue of education and the importance of teaching values, our needs, wants, and desires, as well as the decisions we make are a reflection of our values and beliefs. All right, now thank you so much for the productive discussion. We are going to preview and skim the text. So how is the text organized? As you can see here, there are 5 paragraphs. What do you think the text is about? It's very important to focus on the introduction. As you can see, the word education is repeated many times. So the text might be about education. And if you focus on the body paragraphs, they are introduced with linkers to begin with, which means it will introduce the first point. In addition, this is the second point. Finally, this is the third point. And of course, the conclusion starts with a concluding linker to sum up. The word values is the common topic between the 3 body paragraphs. So what are the captions about? The first one reflects the faith and religion, while the second one reflects families and maybe heritage and maybe culture and traditions. All right, now what type of text is it? So is it a story, a report, an essay, or an announcement? What do you think? Next question, which option best indicates the purpose of the text? Is it to outline solutions to a problem or to identify solutions to a problem? To express the writer's personal opinion on an issue? Is it only about the opinion of the writer regarding an issue? Is it to outline the findings of a research project and make recommendations? Is it to identify what a research project reached? And the last alternative, is it to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a specific course of action? Let's check. As you can see here, in the introduction, there is an important key phrase. It seems clear to me that education should focus on teaching values. Now, as you can see, this phrase reflects the writer's opinion. Let's focus on the conclusion. To sum up, I believe that the main purpose of education in the 21st century is to teach values. So as you can see here, the writer's opinion advocates teaching values. So now the answer might be clear to you. This text is an essay, and it expresses the writer's personal opinion on an issue. So it is an opinion-based essay. All right, now move on to the activity C. You are going to read the text carefully and do the activities that follow. So in order to be able to fill in the blanks here, it's important to scan the text for details. So let's scan the text. Can you answer the questions that follow each paragraph? Let's read the first question. What will a value-based education help children develop? All right. A value-based education will help children develop good morals and strength of character. What will children with a strong moral character most likely be? Look at this underlined evidence. They will, as a result, be better decision makers. They will be able to make decisions. And we are talking here about children with strong moral values. As you can see here, Now, next question, what will a strong value system give them? As you can see, it will give them a higher level of self-awareness and a clearer sense of purpose. Paragraph number 3. What do we need to do if we wish to create a society that lives in peace, understanding, and unity and has the ability to make progress? Society here refers to the community, the people we live with. All right, so what do we need? We have to instill the religious, cultural, and moral values that we consider important in our children. So it's very important to instill such values in our children. Now, the 4th paragraph, what do children need to do? So here is the answer. Children need to develop a value system that will enable them or will help them interact with people that come from completely different cultural background. To interact means to communicate, to live with, to deal with people that come from a completely different cultural background. So they would accept such people. The last paragraph, how do our values impact our lives? Impact or influence? They impact our lives by informing our decisions and determining how we approach, view, and interact with the world around us. So it affects our choices and our views. What does the writer say has never been more important than it is today? As you can see here, actively teaching them to students has, in my opinion, never been as important as it is today, and this is the writer's opinion. All right, now after we scanned the text, I hope you've got a clear idea about the reading passage. Let's fill in the blanks with the suitable words from the text. The writer argues that the main aim of education is to teach, of course, values. He feels this will help create individuals capable of coping or dealing with the nature of the era. You can focus here on the paragraph number 1. So the era now is unpredictable. The change is unpredictable, a change that we cannot predict. He raises 3 arguments to justify or to defend his opinion. The first argument, and this is in the first body paragraph, is that values help to develop a child's character or personality. In discussing this point, we are still in the same paragraph, which is developing the child's character. He mentions benefits to the child, such as the increased ability to make ethical decisions or moral choices and to cope with or deal with failure. The second argument concerns the role shared values. So the second argument is in the second body paragraph, which is about shared values that play an important role in developing children's sense of belonging and their desire to actively contribute to society. He feels that these values make children both responsible and compassionate. The third argument, which is the third body paragraph, is about how an awareness of human values promotes or develops global citizenships and intercultural appreciation and respect. If you'd like to check your comprehension to the reading passage, you can follow this 3-2-1 card. Write down 3 facts that you've learned from the text, 2 questions that you still have, and 1 opinion that you now have, and you can share this with your teacher. This is all for today. Thank you so much for your attendance. See you next time with a new lesson.